Davis. Okay. After hiding out in Pakistan since the beginning of the year, many people are starting to wonder exactly what we're talking about. What did they know? David Davis is talking to the former California Republican Party chairman. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Dan. Yes, the timing of this particular trip we're going to talk about is impeccable. Ron Nehring is the former chair of the California Republican Party and San Diego Republican Party as well. And he is headed on a mission here in the next few days with 8 other individuals, a bipartisan group that is headed to Pakistan and headed to India. This has nothing to do with what has happened this past weekend with Osama bin Laden, but it just happens to be at the same time. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Now, let's talk about this group first of all. Who is headed over to Pakistan and India?
We have a bipartisan group of leaders from around the country, some local elected officials, some state elected officials, some other people who are involved in politics. It's an unofficial delegation, but maybe that means we'll get some straighter answers from some people than for an official one.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, the timing, I mean, this was planned months ago. It just happens to fall here in the next few days.
The timing is perfect, and of course now the recent events involving the killing of Osama bin Laden will no doubt be first and foremost on many of our minds when we're over there.
And let's talk about that a little bit, as our anchors were a moment ago. Pakistan, obviously, you've got to believe somebody somewhere knew something, and that's some of the questions that need to be answered.
Well, the White House has made clear that they plan to be in very close consultation with the Pakistanis to ask how could a facility like this be built within an earshot of Pakistan's version of West Point, and certainly it runs counter to all the conventional wisdom, which was that Osama bin Laden and his troop were running around in these tribal areas and caves, when in fact they were 35 miles outside of the capital and within an earshot of their version of West Point.
Now, this group that's going, it's not sanctioned by the White House, but tell us why it's important that you as an individual and these other 8 members that are going, what's the significance?
Well, I think that's very important, particularly in our country, for have folks who have a clear understanding of what the facts are on the ground in Pakistan, and that is that we hear the official line coming from one government or another, but what are people on the ground really saying? What's their opinion toward the United States and their role? What do they see their role in the global war on terror and the importance of Afghanistan vis-a-vis their other neighbor of India, which both these two countries, India and Pakistan, have fought several wars. They've been preoccupied with one another, but now, due to the Taliban and then later Osama bin Laden, moving into town, their role has certainly changed. There's been a lot of political changeover there as well. So it'll be interesting to get those facts on the ground and then share that with people back here.
And being on the ground makes all the difference in the world.
Being able to speak to people one-on-one without the cameras there and get people's real assessment has proven very valuable time and time again. It's why these delegations are done.
All right, Ron Nehring, we'll talk to you when you get back.
Look forward to it.
Okay. It's Ron Nehring, former chair of the Republican Party here in the state of California.